What are some good assets to invest in? Let's talk about it. Here we are, 2022. I don't care if you're seeing this video in 23 or 24, every year you need to start over and say, what do I want this year? What are my money rules? Get a pen and paper. We got a big deep dive. What assets are you going to invest in this year? So we're going to talk about four things. I'm going to talk about money rules and due diligence and how do you decide what you invest in. Number two, I'm going to share my favorites. Number three, I want to talk about why and how you invest in the stock market. And then at the end, I'm going to give you my number one absolute investment choice. All right, so get a pen and paper. Let's talk about money rules as your first thing. You'll say, well, what the heck are they? I know, because no one's teaching you about money and everyone's financially literate. So the first money rule is do not go side to side. You don't go, hey, friend, hey, family. You go up. If somebody doesn't have a bigger net worth than you don't even have a conversation about money because it's just an interesting chat. And the problem is most of you, especially I'm going to point right at it, cryptocurrency and NFTs are an emotional arbitrage for most people. A lot of young folks are in it because you can put 20, 50, 100 you can put little bits of money, which I'm good with all of that. But why are you doing it? Are you doing it because your college buddy said to do it? Are you doing it because somebody on the internet said to do it? Or are you doing it because you want it to be in your portfolio? So I want you to think portfolio management. I want you to think about the assets that you want later in life. Think about Shark Tank. How often do you watch Shark Tank and think, oh, I want to own one of those and one of those. And if I invested in that company, I'd want to own those and I'd one of those. That's how I design my life. I design it for what do I want? How cool do I want my portfolio? See, what's taught out there is the typical two, stocks and real estate. You can go so many places and learn those asset classes, but where do you learn the rest of it? Where do you learn Shark Tank stuff? Well, I'm going to say right here. I've been doing the big table. It's our mentoring, it's our mastermind, it's our community since 2001. And that's what we do. We teach you how do you become a shark. Well, first of all, you got to become a millionaire, got to become accredited. In fact, you really only have to make $200,000 to become accredited, and then you can start really playing the game. So in 2002 and 3 is when I really moved from real estate and opened up my money rules and said, look around your community. In fact, this is a great homework assignment for all of you. Drive through your town and consciously think, who owns the real estate? And who owns the businesses? Does the business own the real estate or are they renting? How many businesses, how many buildings do you want that you can have, huge end cap stores as huge rentals for you? Who owns the RV parks? Who owns the storage units? Your answer should be, I'm going to. And I'm going to teach you how. This is what I love to do. Not only make you millionaires, love to teach you how do you put your money to work and where do you buy more assets. Now, if you really think about the assets and what you need to be doing, the first thing you should invest in, and I got to say this because every personal development class would say it, but I believe it's true. You got to invest in yourself. I can't do it all for you and I don't have a bunch of pixie dust to spread over you or an injection of my financial literacy. You have to become financially literate. So subscribe to my channel as we're speaking about that. I want you to check the little box that it's going to notify you every day. 5 days a week, I'm going to come live to you and I'm going to have a little chat with you about some topic. If there's a topic that I'm not talking about and you want, first of all, search it in my bar up above first. If it's not there, then go to my comments and say, hey, Loral, will you talk about this? And that's what we're going to do. And we're going to do this, years to come. I'm going to be the place you're going to get really, really smart. Then let's go back to assets because you're going to get really, really rich. You're going to learn to make it, but you have to learn to invest it. So where do you go? Well, my top is real estate and gas and oil. Why? They're appreciating assets that have a depreciation schedule against your highest income, especially gas and oil. So as you make money, you can do all these amazing deductions as companies against it. And then, like I said, in the early 2000s, I got into shark tanking. I started looking at these companies that I would drive by and say, why don't I own more of those? And one of my first one was a recycled glass company. We sold for millions. Got another one, a supplement company. We pretty much got it for 2-3 million, sold it for 27 million. So I've had some fun runs in a lot of these different asset classes. Going to have cryptocurrency, NFTs, going to have cannabis. All those are on my what do I want in my portfolio list? So I want you to notice how I'm talking about it. My goal and desire to make money and do this, number one, is to teach you and to have a legacy for my children. In addition, though, I'm doing the same thing you're doing. I want to make money to go buy new assets. So I want you to go shopping this year. What are you going to go shopping for? I want you to write it down right now. What would be the top few things you do you want to buy some real estate? We're looking for more land to do RV parks. I'm going to do some storage units this year. I got a whole shopping list of things that I'm going to go make money and go buy. I'll help you. I'll help guide you through every step of the way on how you do these assets. It's important that you diversify. Some of you, if you're in real estate, your biggest problem is you. You've invested too much with yourself. And if anything happens to you, who's going to run all that? You got one asset class and it's you. Now let's talk about the stock market. It's an emotional arbitrage. It's very manipulated by market makers, and companies pay to have their stock surge and go down and pump and dump and all these things. And here you are, little Jane and Joe out there hoping to get through. Are you kidding? It's ruthless out there. The only way I invest in the stock market is through a software that is designed by one of the smartest men I know, and it's called iFlip. So in the notes below, I'm going to give you a free app to a software, and through that, you invest into smart folios or dividend accounts, and through that, like, here's an example. March 2020, the market on average lost 33%, and the low was below 1929. It was the biggest dip we've seen in the history of my life. I only lost 2.8 because I use this software, and it's designed to get you out. It's designed when momentum happens in the market to make a bunch when you're in. We've outperformed the S&P 500 for years. It's the only way I'd be in the market is through this app. So protect yourself, protect your kids, get everybody an app, and get going back into the market. Real estate, I do with partners because I don't want to do with tenants. So I do almost all my real estate in partnership situations. So they do the work and I can raise the money, or I am the money, or I'm the credit. So let me teach you how to do these things. Investing in assets is so, well, I'm going to say fun. You're going to become an asset addict. So what do you invest in? Well, let's talk about buying businesses, clearly. We talked about RV parks, storage units, gas and oil, stock market. Now you have cryptocurrencies, NFTs. So what do I do when there's a new asset class? I find the same thing. I go find mentors. I find people who have a bigger, better game, who have way more knowledge, and I learn and partner with them as I move into this versus just go into the abyss by yourself. It's really risky out there. There's a lot of scams on the internet. So I call the internet the bathroom wall. Anybody can write anything and do anything, and there's no validation of the accuracy. So be careful. Again, that's why I want you in our community, in this conversation, in this lane, to learn what would you do and what will you do as you look at investing in assets. So if you want to talk about what I call some thoroughbreds, right, some racehorses, well, I own part of a Broadway play, right? Do I own it? No, I'm a very, very small minority owner in a Broadway play. I also am a minority owner of a Ford dealership. That happened during the pandemic. One of my clients came and said, we can buy this for $500,000. How should we do it? I want you to be a part of it. That's why I became a part of it. And now I want more of those. I love dealerships. I love the finance department, which is where all the money's made inside those dealerships. I also own one of my funnest. And I'm sharing these, but I don't want you to go out and buy these. These are the things that you put some money in. And in fact, I would encourage all of you to take on this money rule. Don't put in more than you can afford to lose. All of this stuff has some risk, right? Inherent risk. Whether you own real estate and you got tenants, they could burn your house down. They could burn your apartment down. It's happened to me. I mean, you got inherent risk in any of these things. The gas and oil industry, my gosh, it has been pummeled in the last years. 2017, complete crash out of Calgary, Alberta. My husband's from Canada. Watched that just industry get pummeled. So you don't want all your eggs in one basket. You've heard that saying, but it's true. And you only want to buy what I call the high risk, the interesting categories, right? Like a Broadway play. Ford dealership's not really that high risk and out there. Not for my money rolls, but a fun one that I got it in a bad CBD deal. I got a membership in the Black Hole. So the Black Hole is the Raider Nation, and it came about again through, we could go to court, or what do you have that I could acquire, and we bought the Black Hole. Well, somebody who manages and works very closely with me, we put together a team. There's now 7 owners, and we run sponsorships, memberships, merchandise, tailgate parties. We're going to have draft parties coming into the 2022 draft in Las Vegas. Really fun. Don't think I would have done it if it wouldn't have moved to our state in Nevada, but super excited. But again, I want you to hear there's minority ownerships. Now, when you want to control it all, that's a very different conversation, and we can have that conversation by actually just apply for an app. So in the notes below, there's an application if you want to work with me. You want to work with our team to teach you money rules, teach you asset analysis. How do you do this? How do you get in this game to invest, real estate, the market, businesses, whatever it is that you want? Let me teach you how to do it. So as you're doing that, there's a quiz. It's my financial personality quiz. I want you to take the quiz. It takes about 30 seconds. Because I want to know who you are. Are you really an asset addict? Are you a lifestyle person? Are you severely in debt? You paying overpaying taxes? What's your situation? That'll help me help you. Then there's an application that'll come out to you. And then we'll decide if we're right to work together. And if you're enjoying a lot of this, I'd love to have you as a client. Love to make you a millionaire. I'd love to teach you how to build a portfolio of your dreams and the legacy you want to keep. So click on the links. Got a lot to do today, and we'll talk tomorrow. Have a great day.